I'm Dr. Julie Buzby. Welcome to Dr. Buzby's Neighborhood. We are going to be talking today about weight management in dogs, which is such an important topic. And I want to welcome everybody into the scope. Come on in. It's the holiday season between Thanksgiving and Christmas when, frankly, I think all of us are struggling with our weight. So it's a good, timely topic, weight management for our dogs.
Hello, Lisa Illman. Thanks for the hearts.
Hey, Lisa Illman. Welcome. So this applies to cats too, Lisa Illman, but dogs really are going to be the focus of some of the criteria that I give you, but we can extrapolate it to the cat world also. Okay, so according to the best statistics, most current statistics, over half, around 53% of dogs in our country are overweight or obese. And as a veterinarian, I can certainly attest to that. I mean, it's discouraging, really, because I know that it directly correlates with the dog's longevity. You know, their lifespan is going to be affected by their weight. We know this from people as well. I mean, these same things apply for humans. And their quality of life is affected too. So in 2011, Purina did a landmark study where they took labs, so similar genetic lines, and they divided them into two groups. And the reason it was a landmark study was they tracked these dogs through their entire lifespan. It was a long study. And they came out and with these results. For the dogs that were lean, such as our dog Luke here, those dogs lived on average 2 years longer than the dogs that were chubby. And for the dogs that were lean, they had, again, roughly a 2-year longer onset or delayed onset of chronic diseases such as joint disease, diabetes. So again, proving directly that quantity of life, length of lifespan, longevity, and quality of life were impacted so much by the weight that these dogs were maintained at. Come here, Lukey.
Thank you for sharing with followers and for sharing on Twitter, Lisa. We really appreciate that.
Okay.
And for the hearts.
All right,
guys.
so we're going to talk about Luke. So if you look at Luke, he is a handsome specimen of a dog, if I do say so myself. But walking him down the street in the average dog park in America or the average main street of America, I can see people saying to me, like, is your dog too skinny? And he's not. But if you compare him to kind of the standard of these overweight and obese dogs, he looks skinny, but he's not. I'm going to show you some objective things that you can do to measure weight in your dog. All right, Luke, let's get to work here. Come on, buddy. Stand up. Good boy. All right, so 3 things. First, we want to easily feel the ribs, but not see them. We don't want to see the ribs sticking out. I mean, that's not what I'm advocating here, but we want to be able to, little good boy, we want to be able to easily feel the ribs when you rub your hands along the sides of the dog. And so when I say easily feel, if there's an inch of fat between your hands and the ribs, that's a problem. And clients are so funny, God bless them, they'll say to me, well, my dog just has thick skin. And I don't know, I have no way to really assess the thickness of their skin, but I can tell you that when I am checking in their dog, it's very obvious to me that it's fat. And I understand that the reason these dogs become overweight and obese is that we're killing them with kindness. I mean, we're using food as a means to convey love, and I understand the motivation in that, but it's not kind. I mean, the dogs don't open the refrigerator themselves. The dogs don't determine their food portions. And speaking of which, I think free feeding of dogs, just putting a dog bowl out and filling it up whenever it gets empty, is a bad idea. I think dogs should be fed a very controlled portion of food, ideally twice a day. So these dogs that are overweight, it's really because we've done it to them, to be honest. And so we need to logically and mathematically figure out what the dog needs and maintain them at their ideal body weight.
It's great that owners love their dogs so much, peri-pet, but yeah, they definitely do feed them into obesity.
Yeah, so that's a way that we need to change kind of the mindset on how we're loving our pets, because there's a lot better ways to love them, stimulating them mentally, positive training, and doing treats is fine, but if we can substitute carrots, baby carrots, cauliflower, broccoli, these kind of things would be so much better. I know not all dogs love that, But if we can substitute for healthier treats, that's great. And if you think about it, most dogs just snap down their treat so fast. It's that pleasure of receiving the treat. It's not really the volume. So if you're giving treats, consider breaking them in half, even a third, and give that as the treat, because I really don't think the dog notices. Most dogs, just like I said, ingest them so fast. They still get the experience of having that positive reinforcement of a treat, but it's not quite as many calories.